to be back. Thank God for life and every moment we get to share with you. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Africa here on Pan-African Television. It's always a pleasure to bring you the latest on here and have discussions that matter to you. Thank you so much for always choosing us to bring you the very best. This is Good Morning Africa on Pan-African Television. We are live from our studios 48 Swanica Street, Belinpi, Accra. We also watch in some 46 other African countries, some parts of South America and Europe. My name is ACHIAA, and I'm here this morning with my right-hand man.
Kokwalo Maso, good morning to our cherished viewers. Good morning, Ohima. I trust you're fine.
I'm doing well.
And to the many of our viewers watching from all across the continent, from the entirety of the universe, of the world. Thank you so much for your time this morning. It's always a pleasure to be back here. It's a bit of a cloudy weather this morning, especially in the early parts. I thought we're going to see rain. On my way to work, there were slight showers. I don't know about your end.
No,
just slight mizzles. It was just mizzling, you know.
It wasn't even assuming. It was unassuming. Yeah.
So you mean the weather was clear?
It was clear.
It was clear.
It wasn't too clear as like
my end.
Yeah.
It was mizzling. There was like slight showers there, but then it didn't rain eventually. I don't approve of rains on a Monday morning, especially.
You love Mondays.
Yes, looking at the seriousness of the day. It's a day where you start the week. And you can't start on a rainy note. You know, the rain in this part of our world, rains dampen everything. It spoils everything.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. But it's always good to be back here on Good Morning Africa. As usual, we are live from our studios here, number 48, Swanica Street in Belinpi. That is where we are stationed. Also in 46 South African countries via satellites, we are being watched. In some parts of Europe and, of course, South America, they are also able to reach us. But on the World Wide Web, connect with us at facebook.com/Pan-African Television, also youtube.com/Pan-African Television, where we stream our shows live. Make sure you are always a part of the conversation. There are a lot of things, there are lots of happenings ongoing currently in our country. Yesterday, former President John Dramani Mahama met the media. It was a 3-hour event where he spoke on his feet, answering questions about things he was going to do when given the nod to steer the affairs of this country on January 7, 2025. So, that's been much of the talking point. But I don't know if you've heard also, the handlers of the running mates to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they've come out to say, look, he's saying that Ghanaians should go do their own timetable. It is not arrogance.
What is it?
It is confidence. But you see, these people take us for fools. I can't sugarcoat this, and I want to be so blunt about it. Like, if you do not think that the Ghanaian people are foolish, for the want of a better word, if you do not think that the Ghanaian people are foolish, how on earth would you come up with such an infantile excuse? Like, then you think that, these people are fools. These people are fools, so they are going to accept anything. So let's come up with this excuse that it is not arrogance, it is confidence. It is confidence for the energy minister to tell Ghanaians that, look, go and do your own timetable. What is confident about this? Like,
well, is it
confidence to do what?
Is it that we are reposing confidence in him, or it's vice versa?
When I heard it,
it feels as though, like, if they had some little respect, they wouldn't even have, come to touch on the issue for it to resurface.
Yes,
we should just let it die.
It was an unfortunate remark. Maybe at the spur of the moment. It happens that sometimes at the spur of the moment, you're not able to say the right thing. So just tell us that. But to justify what he said and tell us that it's confidence, has got nothing to do with arrogance. That for me is
I think you are fueling our dissatisfaction with the fact that we think that the running mate, the
Do you know what is interesting?
Tell me.
Some people actually would believe that yes, it is truly confident.
But then when you analyze it, like in a reasonable man's perspective.
But there are a lot of unreasonable people here. That is what you should understand. There are scores of Ghanaians who are unreasonable. The reasonable are just a few. There are scores of Ghanaians who are unreasonable.
We're being
and so
carried
I'm
away as the
going
wind
to
blows.
accept that sort of
Explanation.
flimsy,
I don't.
silly excuse, very silly. To come out to say that it's so silly.
It's confidence that Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh is a confident person.
To tell
so
Ghanaians that,
his
look,
confidence.
go and look.
While being accountable.
You see, I want to say something. You see, this current president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, before he became president, a lot of people, we had heard several commentaries about him being arrogant. But then we're encouraged to actually vote him because, like, I mean, you want somebody who would get the job done.
Yeah.
Or
someone who is arrogant.
Now, what we've come to realize after 7 years of his presidency is that one, he's not getting the job done, and two, he's also arrogant. Because for somebody to tell chiefs to stand up and acknowledge him and greet him, I mean, that for me is arrogance. You may not know the health condition of that person who is sitting. So by force, Chinchina, and why should he be even the person to instruct the chiefs to stand up?
Yeah.
But he went ahead and then did those things.
Yeah.
I've heard the president tell people that you do not vote for me. And if I wanted to look at that, I wouldn't even be here in the first place because you don't vote for me. That's what he told the people of
Mepe. That was
Mepe.
nerve-wracking, especially for the Mepe issue.
Yes.
These people were going through a certain predicament.
Yes.
And as the head of state,
yes,
these are the words that comes out of your mouth. Like, that's at that point. I mean, we've heard stories of the president being arrogant here and there. You know, we brush it off. But when it comes to the issue of humanity, and these are some of the comments made, it's
terrible. It's terrible.
Wrecking.
Then also, I think he was on Peace FM's Kokroko some 2 years ago when Kwame Sefa told him that there's an E-block in the Aflao enclave where I mean it's near completion and government has still left it there. So the chief of the area, Togbi Fiti or so, I think that's his name is. I think that's his name. He was asking the president to come and complete it. I mean, to come and do this. Otherwise, so. The president was like, then you should go and do it. And don't call it. Oh no, bet me. I'm this. Oh no, bet you. Oh no, you know the president.
Yeah.
Oh no, bet. And don't call it. Oh no, bet. You see, it's terrible. So we as a people, see, there's a lot going on in this country. We do not need someone who is arrogant to come and then add fuel to
our fire.
to an already very bad situation. You understand? So please, the handlers of the running meat of, you see, there's one thing about humility. You cannot fake it.
No, at all.
You cannot fake it.
At all.
And there's one thing about arrogance. No matter what you do, it will still come out.
You remember this one? Suba,
Exactly.
What to me fancy?
Exactly.
It's going to come out eventually.
That is
everybody will get to see who you truly are and what is truly embedded in you.
Exactly.
I mean,
you see, I mean,
right.
Not to catch you. Look at the vice president for you. I mean, for instance, do you think that any allegations or any propaganda of arrogance towards him would wash?
No. Not at
Would he
all.
wash?
No, not at all.
Is he an arrogant person?
He's not.
He is not.
We have our issues with Dr. Bawumia, but
we have our issues with, but arrogance, he is not
at all.
He is not
at all.
No matter what you do, he is not an arrogant. I mean, he may fake a smile. He may go somewhere and dance.
He's a human being.
Yes,
he's not comfortable with certain things.
Yes,
but he will
you'd fake this and do that.
Yeah.
But you can tell that this is not an arrogant person.
Yeah.
So we are not saying this out of spite for any any political party or
This brings
something.
me to the fact that, to that point where we're talking about the fact that it takes also personality
Yeah.
for us to repose certain confidence in someone to say that we want you to lead us. That is why everybody embraced Dr. Bawumia, because he had that persona. He still has it. He's charismatic, you know, very humble, well-spoken, and he seems like an affable person. I haven't met him in person.
Yes.
But then all the media...
Oh, I've met Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in person.
I haven't yet.
A personal encounter with Doc. I think way back in 2016, before the 2016 general elections, I used to work at the Timber Market. He came around. People were actually afraid to get close.
Oh yeah, this story.
Went just put rap. Like, I mean, he's a nice person.
Yeah, he's
you understand?
Cool, yeah.
You can't make any propaganda of arrogance against our vice president. It won't just wash. We have our own issues with him on the economic front.
Of course.
You understand?
We can't do away with that part.
But arrogance, no.
Never.
But this energy minister, Dr. Matthew Puku-Prempeh, is arrogance laden.
Yeah.
He has arrogance written all over him. I mean, I think...
And so many videos have resurfaced
you know,
of him
being in parliament, telling people in the bush that they are mad. Are they like how?
No, even like sometimes, you know, those kind of ambush media, media ambush.
Yeah.
And you know, he literally does those gestures.
Yeah.
Like, you people, like, go away.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's a bad decision. Like, seriously,
maybe he will change. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
60-something
years.
How old is Napo? How old is he? 60-something years, he will change.
I believe
what are you saying?
Or
how
maybe
old
through grooming and you know other.
We are coming to groom somebody who is in his advanced. No, I wouldn't say advanced, but who has peaked. Who has peaked in terms of age. You are now coming to groom him.
Maybe he'll change.
Hey.
Let's see.
He's 56. He's 56 years old.
For the sake of this month.
He's 56 years old. Yeah, if the presidency had an age limit with regards to other, you know, government institutions and pensions, he has 4 years more to go to pension.
He can change.
You are coming to groom a 56
you
years
see
old man to be humble.
The way Saul changed on the way to Damascus, God can make him like that.
Well,
so let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I don't see that happening.
Anyway.
I don't see that happening sincerely. I don't see Dr. Matthew Puku-Prempeh. I don't see where that change is going to come from, where he's going to...
No, but he said some painful and deep things to Ghanaians that we can never forget. Like the SHS, where the mass intake, where there was pressure on facilities. And the media person said, Sir, there's so much pressure on the facilities. What do we do? And he says, especially the sanitary facilities.
Yes.
They should do it in the rubber.
And like how? How? Then we go. We elevate. I'm trying to
get the right words.
Like, we elevate such a person to such an honored position of vice president. Well, I wanted to use a word.
I think we need to hear from Dr. Bawumia on what he saw in him. Or what he sees in him.
I can tell you straight up that the decision to make Napo the running mate is 100% born out of the fact that he is from the Ashanti region and is one, if I would say, formidable character as far as the Ashanti region is concerned. There's somebody who has been MP since 2008. Has been education minister, has been energy minister. You cannot discount his relevance in the New Patriotic Party. And the very fact that this is a purely geopolitical decision.
Right.
That Bawumia is from the north, and of course he would need the votes of the Akan people. So the Ashanti region, which is considered the World Bank of of the New Patriotic Party, he's going to need somebody who comes from that part of the country in order to appeal to voters there. That at least, in as much as for a good number of years, or since the inception of the NPP, we've had either somebody of Achim stock or Ashanti stock leading the party. We still have somebody from your place there.
So, but when it comes to all those qualifications, I think there are other members of the party who fit into these qualifications. For instance, the former majority leader.
Well.
So why wasn't he a choice? So that's why I'm asking that. Dr. Bawumia,
why wasn't he a choice?
When is the outdooring? Hopefully this week.
Yes, I think so.
We hope to hear from Dr. Bawumia why he reposes confidence in.
You see, some other factors also come to play. Of course, the majority leader has been a very long-serving member of parliament for the people of Swami for a long time.
Yeah.
If you look at parliament currently, he's actually one of the longest serving members of parliament. There's no member of parliament that has served
longer than him,
or longer than he has in parliament currently as we speak. So he has that experience. Also, he's been majority leader. As to why he is not looked at, I think that also has got to do with influence. Okay, for me, I think that
in the party.
Yes, not necessarily in the not only in the party but also in the region. Has Oseche Mensah-Bosun's influence waned in the New Patriotic Party as far as the Ashanti region is concerned? That is an emphatic yes. In fact, people had predicted that if he had opted to run again for the primaries,
he would have won.
He would have lost.
Lost?
Yes. That if he had actually contested again for Swami, to be the parliamentary candidate of Swami.
Yeah, recently they bare teeth at him. Yeah.
So his popularity over there was waning, or he had actually even waned for that matter. They're also looking for somebody who controls a lot of resources, somebody who has the money.
That's right. I get it. End of discussion.
You understand?
End of discussion.
So all of these come to play.
Yeah.
I'm not downplaying the monetary might of the majority. The former, he's not former majority leader by the way. The former majority leader by the way. But then you look at Napu and the places he served and all of that. Charlie,
controller.
He has the funds. He has the money. So in that instance, temperament and public appeal and whether he's arrogant or not is of little matter. Little to no matter actually. So yeah, so basically that has been that. There are lots of our viewers watching us on Facebook. I'd want to acknowledge them. Maria Adam, Komen Sapila, to Bibi from Kaswa. All of you are doing the watching. Thank you so much for your time this morning. But let's quickly take a look at today's newspapers and see the stories that are trending. By the way,
has the newspapers.
So. Okay, so we shall display them. Right. We shall display the newspapers shortly. Let's take a look at them.
Are you going to make a comment?
Yes, I was going to give our viewers heads up with regards to what to expect later on on the newspaper review segment. The very fact that Segbefia joining us this morning. Unfortunately, no, there's no Solo. Solo is out of town. But then Dr. Ramsey Nusa of the Movement for Change will be here in his stead. Also, Awudu Ishak, who is gunning to be the General Secretary of the People's National Convention, would be here. With Kwame Osudan, so controlling affairs, we are in for a great conversation later on the newspaper review segment of the show. But in the interim, let's look at the front pages of the various newspapers to see the stories that are trending.
Now let's start with the Inside newspaper. The Inside newspaper is one of the best out there. You can grab a copy for just 4 Ghana cedis at any newsstand close by, or you can log on to the InsideNewsOnline.com. And the front page has boldly captured that NPP Guru Jab's Chief Justice Republic Day in Nkrumah yesterday, today, and forever. Why Napo is not the right vice presidential candidate for NPP. This is coming from Professor Kobi Mensah as he explains Hunger in Ghana's food basket as food insecurity bites hard. These are stories featuring on the front page of the Inside newspaper.
Right, let's proceed to the Herald newspaper. Security analyst condemns Yoko's heads threats on critics. That is the banner headline there on the front page. Now to some more stories on the front page of the Herald. Court of Appeal nominee court in UK child neglect saga. Coming up, Ghana Gas boardroom wrangling over $900 million continues. And Bright Simmons floors Fidelity Bank in round 1 of ECG's inflated dollar exchange rate case. NPP raised to succeed. NPP raised to succeed Napo intensifies in Minsha South. These are two different people.
NPP raised.
No, these are two different people actually. I mean, they look very much alike.
They are two different people. They really look alike?
They do, I think they do.
Oh, no.
Right.
Not even close.
You think that it's not even close?
No.
All right. So there you have it for the front page of the Herald newspaper.
Now let's move on to the new publisher. Noete Amobi removed as Apollonia chief. Man's penis and head chopped off in Bole. I'm humbled. Napo on VIP approval. CRM creating investment opportunities. Stories on today's edition of the Publisher newspaper.
I am humble. Let's do the Economy Times. Bank of Ghana hopeful of cedi stability. Ghana EU trade volume hits 6 billion euro in 2023. ADB MD confident economic rebound to spare financial sector growth. That's all for the Economy Times.
Now to the Ghanaian Observer. Kufuor hails VIP Baumia Napo ticket. CRM creating investment opportunities, jobs. NPA boss. Now Toshi backs Napo as Baumia's running mate. Continent-wide mobile money interoperability is attainable. Expect tell African leaders, regulators. Today's edition of the Guardian Observer.
Right, let's do the Daily Searchlight. It says Office of Special Prosecutor acts unlawful. Suit filed in the Supreme Court. That is the biggest story on the front page. So some more stories. It says CRM creating more investment opportunities and jobs. This from NPA boss. We are making strides in building 21st century schools. Dr. Educhum, extension of submission deadline for 28th GJA Media Awards entries. Government releases 55,873,698.87 pesos to WAEC as fees in preparation on 2024 BEC examination. Now talk about BEC. Today, junior high school 3 students
more than
will be
500,000
yes
kids are writing their BEC.
they'll be sitting their final exam for basic education. You remember when you wrote yours? What you did?
I told you the other time, and you predicted my age. You were in SS at the time also.
But how was it like? How did it feel like?
I think it was it brought a lot of anxiety, considering the fact that that was what was going to give you access into a senior high school of your choice.
Yeah.
So I was a bit nervous. I was a bit anxious, but all in all, God is good. So we made it. But I didn't even get the senior high school that
you chose.
I chose.
Did you get any special treatment
during
your BEC from your parents?
Yeah, from my mom. Why not? I was in boarding school at the time, and she was there almost all the time. You know, bringing me food because I like food. Bringing me food and also calling my house mistress to find out how I was doing, how I'm preparing. She would pray for me, all those things. But I think it was very different in senior high school, writing the wasi.
Nobody cared about
Nobody, yeah.
I mean,
they cared, but it wasn't as frequent as it was
the first
during
one.
the BEC.
The BEC.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wrote my BEC in Teshi, Gono School. That was because, and I mean, that was a center. I attended a private school, but that was a center. That's where everybody was supposed to write. And my chop money, in quotes, at the time was, I think, somewhere 7,000 cedis.
That's 70 pesos.
70 pesos today. This was 2007, actually, when I think the redenomination happened on July 1. So before then, it wasn't I mean, we still spent the old cedi.
Yeah.
My chop money then was 7,000 cedis, but for that week, I was getting 20,000. Yes. 20,000
must be nice.
20,000 in 2007 was like a whole lot of money.
Must be nice.
Could buy whatever I want.
Yeah.
Whatever I want.
I think that aspect also I resonate with that, because
I could buy whatever I wanted.
My mom became like, okay, my dad wasn't here, but he used to call, I used to speak to him. I don't know why that is, why your parents give you so much attention when you're going to write that big exam. But I think that attention should run through from when you start, junior high school, when you hit adolescence, throughout that period.
But it was
I think that focus and that attention should be given to the younger ones. It's very, very necessary. It emboldens us.
Yeah.
It emboldens them. It empowers them, and gives them the confidence to, make strides wherever they find themselves.
So let me tell you something interesting. I'm just reading. In 2007, do you know how much a bag of cement was? It was 59,225.
90 pesos.
So you see, and so if I was getting 20,000 at the time,
you could have built a house in
20,000 every week. That's like nearly
that's
like nearly 4 bags of cement.
Yeah.
So if you are equating it to what a bag of cement costs currently, and want to pari passu the value, then it means that 105 cedis should be equal to 55, and you understand. And so it means that at that time I was being given like around 350 cedis a week.
Wow. You could have built a house in a month.
Charlie. But I it's something I miss, the whole, the anxiety and everything you're going to write.
Yeah.
Two papers a day, I think.
Well, I wrote one or
2 papers.
I think it alternates. Sometimes you write one in a day.
Okay.
Then I think there are other days where you write 2, especially those papers that are not core subjects. But for the core, it's just one in a day, so that you get it.
We wrote two every day. So it was for 5 days. We did 10 subjects, so from Monday to Friday. I think it's the same with this current one. They have this the whole of this week too.
They are using 1 week.
Yes, they're using 1 week, yeah.
But I saw the curriculum one time, and I was like, it's been stuffed.
That's how it's been all the time.
No, but I think for my time, it was a bit loosed up.
They have changed, because my time was 2 every day. 2 Monday, 2 Tuesday, 2 Wednesday, 2 Thursday, 2, like 2 each and every day.
Anyway,
yeah.
We wish them all the very best. This is a milestone for you guys.
We hope no cheating.
Please don't cheat.
No cheating.
Don't cheat.
And the fact that we are in an election year doesn't mean that invigilators should be bribed to teach these students in order to make government look good in terms of results. We saw that last year when it came to the BC. There was, to the WASI, there were several complaints about cheating. You won't say we need 1 + 1, we need now about A+ for mathematics. Like we don't want to see that happen this year. Please use your own efforts. We beg you.
I mean, no matter what the truth is, the way the system is now, the way the system is now, no matter what you get in the exam, you get a school to attend. The most important thing is you get a senior high school.
Yeah.
Then you can dot your I's and cross your T's over there if you didn't really study for this one.
Yeah.
But please, don't rely on any apport whatsoever. Just do your best.
Yeah.
And your efforts will be rewarded, okay?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All the best to you guys.
Are we done with the papers?
No, sir.
Which other papers have we? The Custodian, would you do that?
Right. The Custodian newspaper, they say fearless, fair and reliable. CRM is creating investment opportunities and jobs. NPA boss Natoshi rally support for Baumia Napo ticket. Momo interoperability attainable in Africa, experts tell leaders. Also broad consultation done on increase in Supreme Court judges, says the Chief Justice. Now, just as we were talking about, 569,095 students or candidates go for BEC today. These are stories featuring on the front page of the Custodian newspaper.
Right, let's do daily analyst. Media encounter launch a renewed fight against corruption. Mahama. GJ commends Mahama for engaging media. Nyaso 2 MPP inaugurates campaign team. Welcome and Sepil train youth and women in paralegal skills as part of EU Brace project. Haruna Idriso calls out flawed affirmative action bill. And finally, Mahama reaffirms commitment to press freedom, journalists' welfare. That's all for the Daily Analyst newspaper.
Are there any more? Let's do the daily guide. It says Chef Smith cooks Guinness World Record certificate. AGYEKUM back CJ's request. Natoshi rallies NPP for Baumia Napo ticket. And this brings us to the end of our newspaper headlines segment. Now, let's talk about Chef Smith for a minute. We've been talking about Chef Smith from last week. And yesterday, I was in the company of some friends and we were still talking about it. And someone raised a very interesting request. She said, I want to know why he did that.
So, yes, the why he stated that he actually has a family, he has a wife and kids, and it's been very difficult taking care of them. So he needed something to do to garner attention in order to, you know, eke out a living. And so he decided to resort to that fraudulent means. So that is the why.
So he didn't think of the repercussions because
he said it started with a lie, and you know he found it. Once you start with a lie, then it means you have to keep up. Yeah, you have to sustain. So this is what happened. He did not even contact. He had no form of contact with Guinness World Records. Like he had no form of contact with them. He said he only copied someone's filing, the way the person did it, and came up with it that he's done this and that. Madia or whatever they call it, I think they are an organization. They invested some 300,000 Ghana cedis into this cookathon.
Seriously?
There are other organizations that invested lots of monies into this. So, I mean, to cook for a month non-stop, as we made to believe.
33 days.
Yes, non-stop, as we've been made to believe. Then it means that it needs a lot of investment, monetary investment. If you look at the cooking there, he cooked though. He cooked.
But he didn't.
It was a fruitless exercise.
Yeah.
He did not file. He did not present whatever he did. Guinness World Records
But he
they were
cheated
unaware.
even along the cooking because he wasn't sticking to the times, you know,
So
all the regulations. That's your friend's story though. Someone also confirmed that, said he would go and sleep and then come back. He was basically doing a 9 to 5. He might as well have. And other outfits were trying to employ him and all that. He got certain opportunities.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a serious issue. But you see, I have a problem with the Ghanaian people, and I've said this already. I mean, why are we so hell bent especially when this cookathon, this Guinness World Record thing, I mean, first gained grounds, a lot of people were clamoring to break records. This person wants to break that record. As you may see, Obinting wants to break this record, and all of that. I mean, why?
That you're aware that.
And I feel that we are tolerating. I mean, our tolerance level for this has brought all these up.
Yeah.
Because if you do it and nobody is minding you,
you won't do it.
You won't do it.
But there were other people, other participants who attempted, and nobody was minding.
That's when we had enough of it. We feel like, okay, somebody has done a cookathon.
But you're aware Guinness has taken out that category.
Yes, I've heard. And rightly so. I mean, it's become.
I think it's the best. Is one of the best.
It's crazy. Like, I mean, what is that? International ridicule, like disgrace.
Terrible.
No.
It's terrible.
Oh,
it's terrible.
Right. Our time is up. Coming up next, the review segment of the show. We're going to be looking at a few issues, African and of course Ghanaian. That media engagement with John Dramani Mahama is up for conversation. Also, Accra. The Greater Accra region has been ranked as the 7th most expensive place to live in Africa. 7th. That's so much.
A lot.
Yes. And they would still tell us that we are not paying our taxes and we are not doing this and we are not doing that. Thank you very much.
Right. Before we say our final goodbyes, more natural mineral water, absolutely what you need for all your events, your parties, any other thing that requires water. For bulk purchasing, you can call 059-9904-09, 059-9904-09. Mont Natural Mineral Water.
AGYEKUM to come.
Mostly absolutely sleek, and it gives us all the hydration we need here to bring you the very best. Thank you always for choosing us. My name is Ohima Chanjikum.
My name is Kokwalo Maso. Catch you on the other side. Do have a pleasant day.
Ciao.